alaikum. My name is Sister Fatima Hodge. I'm an active prophetess representing Master Suleiman, the messenger of the covenant.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. It's David Hodge. Welcome. This is a continuation of the 7 churches exposed. Today's topic, Satan.
All right, sisters and brothers. Today we are going to be exposing who Satan is and identifying that they are false and they're actually the synagogue of Satan. Did I identify that properly, babe?
Yes.
Exactly. Right. They're actually the synagogue of Satan. And that's exactly what we're going to identify today in the 7 churches. And you can find the 7 churches in chapter 2 and 3 of Revelation. And these verses identify that false Israel is in fact the synagogue of Satan.
Right. So why is it that your pastors and preachers and people you know that claim to be followers of Jesus Christ, or people who are anointed or they speak directly to God, why don't they tell you about Satan and who Satan is? If it clearly indicates who Satan is, and people claim that God talks to them and they talk to God on a daily basis and they got a direct line to Jesus, but they not talking about false Israel.
Exactly. They're not telling you who your enemies are.
Right.
They're not telling you that these people are portraying as you
Exactly.
to meet the description in the scriptures that they claim that they read.
Right.
So if they're reading these scriptures, then that means they're identifying that the black man and woman are the true seed of Abraham.
Right.
So they definitely can see that, if they read the scriptures, can see that there's these people who are trying to meet this description that it identifies in the scriptures.
Right.
As being God's chosen people. So it also identifies in the scripture that, or what God's chosen people would have to go through.
Right.
And we'll go through, and it identifies that God's people will be in a strange land.
Right.
That is not theirs.
Exactly.
It identifies that God's people will be afflicted.
Mm-hmm.
It identifies a list of things that God's chosen people would go through.
Right.
And we have this nation of people who are claiming to be God's chosen people. So if they're claiming that, then that means they're claiming to meet the description.
Exactly.
As well.
Right.
And those people over there in Palestine, the Jews, they don't meet the description of being in a strange land.
Right.
That is not theirs.
Exactly.
They don't meet the description of being afflicted for 400 plus years. They don't meet the description of returning back to their land.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not. Because if you met the other scripture, you would meet that one. You would be in a strange land, right?
Exactly.
So these things, they do not fit this description. But they are, in fact, claiming to be these people.
Mm-hmm.
To be the original nation, which is us, sisters and brothers. So they're portraying as the original nation.
Exactly.
However, they are lying.
Right.
And these books identify that they are liars.
Indeed.
And it clearly says they're lying.
Right.
And it identifies exactly who they are, which
Right.
is the synagogue of Satan. And last time I checked, that's exactly who America and everyone else is. That's who they're worshiping.
Right.
Satan.
Exactly.
Because they're the one who controls America's media. Everything that comes on the television here.
Right.
Why is that? Because they want to distract the real God, the chosen nation,
Right.
which is you and me, sisters and brothers. So they're on the case 24/7 to keep you dead and sleep, so you don't realize that you're the actual true seed of Abraham. So imagine being in their position and them not actually being the true seed of Abraham, and they know that. So they're trying, and they know that you are, and they know who the real ones are. So they don't want the real ones to wake up and realize who they are, because they're gonna snatch it away just like that one don't say realize. So why not keep them dead? Keep them asleep.
Right.
And that's exactly what they're doing. That's why they're in control of the media here that takes place in America. Because we, the black man and woman, are the ones that meet that description here in America. The black man and woman of America. We are the ones that meet that description, which is why they're in control of the media here in America, because they're they're all in to keep the black man and woman, the original nation, distracted from their vision, the Abrahamic covenant, which they are trying to lie and say that they are.
Right. Exactly. And they have to continue this lie, because if they're exposed and they're not the true seed of Abraham, and so where does that put them at? Who are they? They're devils. You see?
Who are they?
They're no good. They're Satan. That's who they exposed as being if their cover is blown. If they find out who they are, then they find out who America is. You see, because America has built this image. America was the one who established them, set them up, put them in that place. Because before this, they were burning them up.
Exactly.
They didn't give a damn about them.
Exactly.
Until they found out who we was.
Exactly.
Then they stopped killing those people. You see, because at first they killed them. They was killing them for a just reason. You see, because they helped Britain win the war against their own people. They betrayed their own people. So that's why they were being killed, because they helped Britain win that war in World War I. They helped them win the war that had their people in the Great Depression.
Exactly.
So when Hitler rose to power, he promised to get it. He promised to execute those traitors.
Exactly.
Which is a universal concept for traitors, to eliminate them, to get rid of them. You don't keep them around. You take care of them. That way you don't have that problem again.
Exactly.
So,
go ahead.
No, I was saying, so once they found out that who we was, they had promised them to put them in Palestine once they helped them, but they never gave them the land. But after they found out who we was, they gave them the land 26 years later, and they established them there in 1948 to counter our claim.
Exactly. So like you shared, they don't want to, have that exposed, because then they're going to be exposed as being the afflictors.
Right.
They said a nation afflicted God's people. And no one wants to talk about that nation that afflicted God's people, because it identifies that as well here.
Right.
It said that you will be afflicted. So who would do that? It said a nation would do this to you. And that also fits the black man and woman's description, because we are the only nation here in America that has been afflicted by another nation.
Exactly.
Which is the Caucasian nation. But nobody ever wants to put a face to that. Because, like you shared, once that lie is exposed, they will be exposed as being the afflictors.
Right.
The devils. Those evil who are doing these evil acts to God's people.
Terrorizers.
Because if you're not God's people, then what are you?
Right. Exactly.
You're an enemy to God's people.
Right.
So they will be exposed as being the enemy to God's people.
Exactly.
And that's going to crush all the minds in the reality of their whole, vision, because everybody in this reality with this vision, they think that is really God's chosen people. They are God's chosen people, and that the Bible is that these things have already been in place. It's past tense. These things have already come to play. That it says in the scriptures, but they have not, and you are living them out. And that's what they try to have you thinking backwards and not forward, because they want you to think, they want your mind to be confused. So have you thinking backwards.
Right.
And that's exactly what they try to do. Tell you the scriptures are past tense and all these things. No, some of the scriptures are at it now. However, you're living them out.
Right.
The scriptures that we're identifying right now. We have the Abrahamic cut. We have not returned to our home yet. Exactly. These things have not taken place. So they're claiming that these things have taken place, and they was placed there in 1948. So that's way ahead of the
how's that gonna happen?
Of time. But these things will take place. So that's another identification. They're liars.
Right. And it said after 400 years.
Exactly.
But they already there.
They're already there before 400 years. We haven't even been here for 400 years. So that's another thing. It's lie. And they're lying. That's why it's identified that they're liars. Right. They're liars, sisters and brothers. And it identifies that in these scriptures, which is in chapter 2 and 3, which is identifies 7 churches.
Right.
And these 7 churches identify what is taking place and who false Israel is.
Right. They tell you exactly who they are. If you go in there, it points you to the right direction. It tells you, you don't even have to guess. Once you read it, you be able to identify it. That's that simple, because it's verbatim. It tells you exactly what it's saying. It says here in the 2nd chapter, verse 9, it says in the blasphemy, out of the ones saying Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but synagogue of Satan. So if you understand what blasphemy is the act against God, speaking, or the act against God, which is a violation against God. Mm-hmm. So because they're claiming to be something that they're not. The ones they're saying, you see, they're lying, which is a lie.
Claiming to be something they're not.
Exactly. False claims. It's a false impersonation. But it said what? It said they're Satan. Synagogue. The ones who have synagogues is false Israel. The Jewish people. That's their worshiping centers. Where they hate Jesus in the first place. That's what they worship. That's what they practice in their worshiping centers. Jesus is in hell, burning his, burning his own piss and feces. In America, back people like this, but they always say in God we trust, and they love Jesus Christ, right? But they partnered with the people who hate Jesus, but they claim they love Jesus.
Exactly. But they worship in the acts of the evil of Satan. So, and they claim that they're, they claim that they're chosen people, but they're doing evil things, evil actions. Right. And action speaks louder than words.
Exactly.
And that's what they're claiming, but they're doing the total opposite.
Exactly.
So that's another claim and show that through their actions that they are the synagogue of Satan. Right. Because they are not the chosen people. We don't even involve in any of that.
Exactly.
That they're doing. So.
Right. You mean to tell me that angels blow up children? Angels blow up women and children?
They rape children. They rape women.
Right.
They rape them in front of their mothers, their fathers. They hang innocent men, hang innocent children, hang innocent women, burn them alive.
Right.
Is that what God's people do? Oh wow.
Or does it? You see? Because it said what? It says Satan is the god of this world. So maybe so. Satan is the God they're speaking of, because they can't be speaking about Jesus, because Jesus wasn't on this.
You see?
They used Jesus' name in vain. They used it the way they wanted to use it, in his name, to justify our treatment.
Exactly.
You see?
Exactly. And all this is done under that cross that you all believe in. That they have our people believing in as well. With Negro bots. Turn our people into Negro bots. Excuse me. Come on, the camera. Really?
You're right.
Turn our people into Negro bots.
Right.
By teaching them that, this all under the cross, basically. The fact that
Jesus.
All this is about Jesus. But the thing is that you don't understand that same cross was on the neck of the man that was beating your mother, your father, raping you at the same time. And this was all, and they all was putting it on the cross, saying
exactly.
that
this is all in the name of Jesus.
In the name of God. Exactly. Right. So this is what they have you worshiping. Something that's totally against you, 100%.
Christianity.
And they know that it's destroying you, sisters and brothers. And they have our people going in the wrong direction. And now our people don't realize that, that they are, God's chosen people. So they're on the case 24/7 to keep that from being exposed. Because they have on top of them, you have false Israel control the media,
right.
And they have the devils here who are still impregnating our women, making us produce their children, which is their demon children, and their demon children are populating here, which is also keeping our people in that dead state that they're in, because they are in fact Caucasians and black skin, and they're pushing the same agenda that their Caucasian fathers are pushing, because they look like us.
Right.
So
that's confusion.
Exactly, it's confusion. It's deception, and that's exactly what they are in to deceive the original nation.
Exactly.
Deception, and that's the biggest thing that they are pushing is deception, because they don't want you to know what it's really about. Right. They don't want you to know anything what's really taking place. Exactly. Because if that's the case, they're going to expose themselves for being wicked.
Exactly.
Evil people. Sick. And that's going to crush the minds of the people when they find out that they're not God's chosen people. When Israel's destroyed over there. Right. And you see they're at war right now. That's identifying. It said that when we uprooted.
Right.
It said when God's people are placed in their land, they should not be uprooted. Should never be uprooted.
Right.
So why are they at war? Why are all these nations against them right now? If they are God's people, if they are in the favor of their reality, and saying, why are they being attacked right now?
Right. Because...
So that should be a sign alone that they are not who they claim to be.
Right.
And these scriptures identifying here that they are not
exactly
God's chosen people. They are lying.
Right.
They are lying.
That's what it says.
And it literally says that they are lying, sisters and brothers. So the black man and woman, we have to not be deceived by these things. But the thing is that they're keeping this, that's what they're pushing 24/7. So that's all you know. You don't know who you are.
Right.
You don't know. That's the point. They made sure you didn't know who you were. And anybody that's not speaking about this vision and telling you your vision, which is the Abrahamic covenant, which is still going to be fulfilled, they're not telling you about this, and they are your enemy.
Yep.
Because the Abrahamic covenant is in fact how you're going to survive.
Right.
It's your salvation. So if you're not in to keep me alive and keep me safe and protect me, then what are you for? What are you here for? What are these preachers for?
Right.
What are you here for, Farrakhan? It's a war taking place, but you're not saying anything about it till February 20, whatever day their Savior Day is. He's not speaking about it until then. Why is that?
Right. It's a serious time, and you ain't on the battlefield. You ain't here. You missing in action.
But he claimed to be the Jesus.
Right.
He claimed to be all these things, but you're not meeting any of the descriptions. That's something the devil's doing.
Right.
And that's what he is, the devil. Claiming all these things that they're not.
Right.
And it said that they're not.
All right. That's why he disemboweled.
Exactly. And it results, and that's exactly why they're being attacked in Israel, because the actions that they made, and it's showing proof of the consequences. The consequences of their actions. All these nations are against you. If you're God's chosen people, then why aren't you being blessed right now? Why aren't you living in peace right now? What is taking place?
Exactly.
Because you're not. And the action shows that you're not. Because you're being attacked.
Right.
So, like Farrakhan, the action shows that you're not who you are because you've already been attacked.
Exactly.
You've been attacked. Right. Look at you. You can't even move for yourself. You can't even wipe your own self. You can't even get up off you can't even, and you're claiming to be the Messiah.
Right.
And the Messiah, wow.
The Messiah can't even reproduce.
Wow.
They blew up your insides.
Exactly.
They got you shitting and pissing in the bag.
And how is that in the black woman is the heaven, the black man's heaven? So how are you going to experience heaven ever if you don't have that? So how are you greater than anyone in that room that you're saying that you claiming that you are the all these things. How are you any of that?
Man.
Because you don't even have a piece of your body that you need
Whoa.
to experience heaven.
A dog better off than you.
Exactly. So that alone, no man will want to experience. And I'm not sure but no man should want to experience having a part of their body removed.
Right.
It can't be used anymore.
Man.
So that alone tells you like we shared, the actions shows that he is who he
right.
is against. He's against these things because
he was cursed.
He's being cursed.
He was cursed.
But people want to look past that, or you have demons along with him in the nation as well. That's feeding into distracting you all as well and destroying your mind. They see if Farrakhan ain't
right.
It's crap. They see that. You clearly see that.
Exactly.
And however, they're going to continue to use his name. They're going to continue to feed off the original nation because they need your money.
Right.
Farrakhan's paying their bills.
Man.
And without Farrakhan, without his name and Farrakhan, then their bills are not getting paid.
Exactly.
They don't have any food on the table for their families and their mothers and their fathers. So they need this job, and that's why they're making sure that you're staying distracted, working with him. Yep. And they don't realize that they're working to their destruction. But Farrakhan does, and he plans on destroying all those along with him.
That's what it said, right? And what it say, the story of Aaron. That's what the story of Aaron was about. He had the people worshiping the golden calf, had them going against the teachings, had them going against God, and then said in the end, what?
He had them all destroyed right along with him.
Exactly. That's his intention.
All those
take you down with him.
Exactly. So he has the sisters on the front line working for him, making sure they're putting money into his pockets. And it's got, and he's claiming that they are at the biggest, Right. He's claiming that we are in the worst time in history.
Right.
But you have the sisters on the front line, working for you in the worst time in history.
And you know where to be found.
And you're nowhere to be found. That alone is sick. He's planning on destroying you all along with it. He knows his time is. He knows that his time. He knows that he's not. He knows it's over with.
He knows what's going
he's
on.
Going to work, but he's definitely not going to give up until the end.
Right.
So
he's fighting for his life.
He needs you. He needs that money that you all are giving. Just like Savior's Day. Savior's Day, they're going to have an auction in the beginning of Savior's Day, just like they do every Savior's Day. They have an auction in the beginning of Savior's Day, and it shares that this message is a free message, a free gift, free. And he's saying that he is the Messiah, so he should be giving out a free message and a free gift. It should be no way that you're paying for seats. It should be no way that you're paying for any of this information that's being given to you, sisters and brothers. It should be free for everyone to hear. And that is one of the qualifications to be the Messiah. And you are not meeting that description. Because like we said, it's about to be a auction at the Savior's Day. 500, 200, 300, 400. Who can give us money? Because Farrakhan needs money. Farrakhan needs his bills paid. Farrakhan needs his gold earrings on or chains. Farrakhan needs his cars. Farrakhan needs his medical pills paid. Farrakhan needs his pills. All these things that he needs. So of course they're going to have an auction in the beginning of these things because that's exactly what they do. And they're taking from you and they're showing you because they're mixing all these things up. You can't even follow along what they're talking about. You can't even. It's like you're trying to, but it's like. Okay, I don't get, but you're trying to, and they start throwing all these things and they're confusing you. That's what they do. They confuse you, and that's exactly what they do. They make mischief. That's what they are. They're demons, so they're made to make mischief, and that's exactly what they're doing, making mischief in your mind. Because you can't even follow along, and that's why we know that these people are demon possessed or they're demons. Because if you're following that, or following along in any type of way, that means that you are not thinking for self. You're not thinking for yourself. Because if you're thinking, you would catch him in contradiction in every other sentence. You would not sit for 1 minute there with that man because you would see from the jump that they're taking from you. Let's start there. They're taking all this money from all these members. Well, where is it going? Because Elijah Muhammad had businesses and all these things where the money was actually going to when, these things were being. So where is this going? It's no benefit. It's nothing. It's showing that these funds are going towards building a nation, unity. None of that is taking place there.
These people, they have to have their own job. They have to supply themselves with work. They got to go work for the master. They got to get back on the plantation. Because Farrakhan's not in the business
Exactly.
to do for self. He's in the business to do for massa. You see? Do for massa. Devils ain't devils no more. We staying here. We ain't going nowhere. You see, that's not the message it's teaching. That's not what it is. It was complete separation. It was to get away from your enemies.
Exactly. Exactly. And he came in and changed the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Changed it. He still got the same instrumental.
Right. Sampled it.
That's what all demons do.
Mm-hmm.
They use all the same stuff.
Yep.
You all know, you listen to his music, same beats, different lyrics. They got all these different. Why is I keep hearing that same old school song, but there's another lyrics on top of it? It threw me off. But you realize that, right? But you need to start realizing that Farrakhan's doing the exact same thing with these messages and his teachings,
right?
Because he has changed the lyrics of he does not teach the teachings of Elijah Muhammad anymore. It sounds like it because you're hearing these things of black man is God or how to eat to live.
Right.
You're hearing all these things because these things were, given to us by the messenger of Allah and the God. So you're thinking that that's who they're supporting. But if you look deeper into that, they're not identifying the white man as being the devil anymore. They're not doing anything anymore. So that song, they're not saying that. They're not saying that one lyric on that song anymore, like I heard in the original and before. They're changing the lyrics every time I play the song again, it's another song. It's another song, but it's the same beat. Another song. So that's exactly what Farrakhan has done. He's changed the lyrics 100%, and he has turned the nation into a laughingstock. He has turned the NOI into a laughingstock because he's a clown.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what there are, a bunch of clowns, because they're listening to a clown as their leader.
Right.
So
and he's blind.
They're following suit. Exactly.
Right. And where do you end up if you blind? He follows somebody else blind. Where do you end up? Exactly.
Both together, because you're blind and they both blind. But he can see a little more than you. So his glasses, his blindness hands. He's not stage 4 blind. I don't know what.
I don't know nothing about the blind.
He's not as the highest blind, so he can see that. So he can plagiarize with you.
Right.
He's at another level in thinking than you are. He's still blind, but he's still at another level thinking than you are.
Mm-hmm.
So he can plagiarize with your blindness and use you. So that's exactly what he's doing. He's blind. Both of you are blind.
Right.
But he's at another level of thinking, so he can plagiarize with your blindness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly what he's doing. And he can't, because if he was in fact not blind, he would be able to explain to you all detail on what's about to take place. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
He be in on it. He be talking about these.
In it 24/7 because that's our claim. That's the black man and woman's claim. But you're not on that mission.
Exactly. He be telling you devils are devils.
Right.
We getting the hell out of here. The Abrahamic covenant said this. It said we separate. It said that our enemies will be judged after 400 years. And that what happened to him? It said this. It said that. He would be saying they so sinful. You see, our people ain't sinful. It said we was blessed. And we just didn't know. It said our people are gods. When we walk around, we don't know. You see? Because they don't give us information. They dumbed us down. They put Farrakhan in place as the fall causer. The person who destroyed the nation. The son of perdition. Son of hell. The son of a devil. You see? Demon.
He's the causer of that.
Right.
Look at that. He's the causer of the fall of the Nation of Islam. Sisters and brothers, these scriptures are telling you these things. And he meets all of these scriptures that he's claiming all these things, but he doesn't meet. He meets all the negatives.
Right. He wouldn't be all the great descriptions. You know what I'm saying? But even all the great descriptions went through a lot of hardship. They went through a lot of terrible times because they were true followers of the word, or they were who they were. Is what I'm saying. And it's not something, you don't get a title because it's cool. No, you got to go through some stuff. It's a sacrifice, and it comes with consequence. Sometimes negative against you because you're suffering self-imposed deprivation from trying to get the message out. So it's hurting you, but it's for the love of your people. And Farrakhan ain't suffered nothing. Yeah. He ain't went to prison. He ain't been homeless. He ain't did a damn thing. He ain't suffered in no way. And wasn't trying to suffer.
He ride around with a Bentley on, no kind of car. He got nice.
He lived above the members. He lived above people. He lived in mansions. He driving Bugattis and Bentleys. He's
with the celebrities. He's
right.
With the demons.
He's
with
demons.
The house Negroes.
Because he
That's
is a
exactly
demon.
who he is, a house Negro, sister
right.
brothers. There's no way, sister brothers, those are not our sisters and brothers. Those house Negroes, that's who they are. That you may not know their name, and they may have not been identified. However, that's exactly who they are. They're house Negroes. They are products of rape. During the time of our enslavement and horror, we were raped, and we're still being raped today. However, we were being forcibly raped and made to bear children by these white men that were raping the black woman.
Right.
They made us have their babies. They were raping us in front of our children, in front of our men. They were raping us and putting their seed in us just freely, just doing that. And that's exactly what they were producing. And we had to bear their children, carry their children. And it was many reasons why they did it, to create more slaves for themselves, the helpers for themselves, on top of to manipulate the black nation, to have them mixed in and camouflage in our nation, to manipulate us and have them motivating us to push their vision and love them and love massa. So that's why they put them in the environment like they did, because they needed that, because we were totally against them. So they needed something to keep them motivated. So why not? So they raped us and produced children with us that looked like us, but they were actually had the nature of their fathers. So they looked like cats, but they were actually dogs. So these cats are with these other cats. They're actually, their nature is a dog, but they look like the cats. So they're mixed in with the cats, and they're telling the cats, "Oh, you should do this." They're giving them dog advice though. Remember this dog advice, because they look like cats. The other cats are doing what they're telling them to do. You're right. Because they're successful at doing what they're doing.
Food and everything.
Exactly. So that's exactly who they are, sisters and brothers. All those people in the industry, the comedians, the actors, the singers, all these people, all the sports players, they're demons. They're massive children. They're house Negroes, and they're still, and half of the black nation are house Negroes, sisters and brothers. Half devil and half man, demons, sisters and brothers. They're camouflaged in our nation. They look like us, they talk like us, but they are not us. And the way you identify them is the mindset of who they are. They love massa. They love this vision. They love America. They love these things. They have that. This is who they are. They act just like their fathers, and they have black skin. So it's hard to identify them, but it's not hard to identify who they are once they start to, act on who they, start. Because you got to, like you said, you feel different when you're around these people. You feel, they start, you'll be wondering why it's always a problem around them, or always, tension. And it's always something, because they're always negative, or always, it's more into what they are. But like I said, our original nation, a lot of them like to hide what they feel. They do feel that. You know what I'm saying? They try to make you a laughing stock. They try to make you like that. You know what I'm saying? That's who they are by nature. So they're against you. So because you are around these demons and you don't know that they're demons, that means they're totally against who you are. So you being who you are, their nature is going to naturally push you away from them and cause you, or tell you, they're going to make you feel some type of way, and you're going to feel some type of way, because you have two different natures. Now, so you suppress yourself. A lot of people do that because they're demon possessed and try to be just like them, but you still feel that that's not who you are, because you have to act like this at one moment and act like this. I gotta switch up when this person comes, but that's who they are. They act like that 24/7. They're not switching up. Oh, I'm acting like this now because she's around. I'm acting like, no. That's the original nation trying to juggle with their nature. So the demons they already have. That's who they are. That's who they are. They don't have to think about,
Right.
I'm acting like this with her, I'm acting like this with him. Or no, but they are deceivers, so they do that. They're actors, so you can't say that they don't do that as well.
Right. They be acting like
They're
holy.
actors,
They
exactly.
better than everybody.
So just understand that you have a hidden enemy, and all those people in the industry, they're all in against you. They're all pushing that same vision, which is to distract the black man and woman.
Right.
All their music is for you, to listen to. All of their comedians is to make you look like a clown. All of their rap songs is to make you kill one another. All these things is to destroy the black man and woman.
Right.
And that's alone showing you through their actions that they are in fact against you.
Exactly.
You have to start looking at the actions of
Right.
people. Stop where you're in the emotion of what they're saying, because they do lie and say, "Oh, we love our people,
Right.
we do this."
Yeah.
But the actions of you does not show that, and our people need to start looking at the actions of these people and realize that they are totally against you. Once you start putting that emotional screen down, you'll start seeing that they don't like you. They hate you, because listen to these songs that they're putting out. That mean if they're telling you so much, all that negative they're telling, that mean they hate you. They hate you.
This is what they approve. You see? This
and they have your children listening to it. All these things, they hate you.
Right.
They hate you.
Right. It's true. And that's what they're going to continue to do, because their job is to wipe you out. Their job is to have you believe that you're nothing. Their job is to have you believe that this is why they did what they did to you, because you are uncivilized people. You're savages. You're nobodies. You're worthless. God hated you. So they justify why they treat you the way they treat you. Because look at you. You're nothing but a bunch of ignorant niggas who depend on other people, who can't do. You can't do nothing. You don't do nothing. So what good are you? So we treat you like cattle. We treat you like animals. We treat you worse than animals, because that's what you deserve. Because you're nothing. You're nobody. So that's what they turned us into. And then now they want to. This is how they treat you. After this is what they transformed you into. You see. And now but it was perfect, because this is the setup. No one cares about a homeless person, right? So who gives a damn if he dies? Nobody gave a damn anyway, because he's on the side of the road and everybody rolled right past him. I mean, he was starving to death and cold and hungry and needed help, but nobody gave a damn. And that's the situation they put us in. They put us in that situation that nobody gives a damn about you. So if black people die today, who cares? Because they were worthless. They were nothing. You see? And as long as false Israel's still alive, those are God's chosen people. So what it say? Bless those who bless Israel. So they don't see anything wrong with that, because you're not the true Israel. You know, Satan is. False Israel is. So we blessed. That's how that's why the world is set up like that. So they can have a good mental conscience. You see, they feel good about themselves. They set the standard. They set the bar. They set their own reality for them to thrive, and for you to be miserable, and for you to be oppressed, and them to justify why they beat, rape, murder, and kill, and torture, and torment you, because you were nobody. You're cursed, black. You see, meant to be slaves forever. See, that's what God said about you. He hated you, but they still did work beyond God, because God wouldn't even have did this. So they made themselves look even more like angels. Oh, wait, look how great we are. You see, and we bless, and you see, because we bless Israel, and we helping these niggas. You see, that's how they feel about you, and they say we shouldn't even help you at all. God hates you, we hate you. You see, but we still help you out. We still help you out, boy. We still help you out. You know, see, that's what they do. So, like you said, they the ones painting the picture. They the ones setting it up. False Israel is the ones in control of your oppression. They're the ones.
This vision period.
They control the demons. The demons is connected with them, because, like I said, Louis Farrakhan, his father is Jew. Right, he's a Jew.
Anybody that's pushing the American dream, is working for false Israel.
Exactly.
Period. And the works of false Israel is to distract the black man and woman.
Right.
So
distract and destroy.
Anybody that is following this American dream is against God's people.
Right.
So you will also reap the same rewards that those people are reaping, because you are in fact pushing the same agenda that they're pushing to destroy God's people. That's exactly what their agenda is. That's False Israel's agenda. And everybody is worshiping them. That's because that's the vision of America.
Right.
To destroy the black man and woman. Exactly. So if you're pushing anything in this vision, you're destroying the original nation. So knowing that, I would, as being an original person, if you are, I would start asking questions.
Right.
I would start trying to figure out what's taking place here. Because I'm getting consequences for something I didn't do, for something that I've already, suffered for. I'm going to receive consequences, and I didn't do any of that. Right? And you're original. And so it said that you will go home back to your land in peace. So if this is something that resonates to you, sisters and brothers, resonates to your mind and to your, to your nature, then this is something that you should be questioning, asking further information on, so you can get more details and more information on how you're going to make it out of this fall of America. Because America is about to be destroyed, sisters and brothers. America is about to be destroyed, and why the original nation, we don't know that. And we're here, right along with our enemies.
Right.
So if you don't know that you're your enemy, who your enemies are, you are in fact your enemy, because you're going to be destroyed right along with your enemies. Because you don't know. So that is why it's so important to get this light out here for our people, because they don't have anything else. All these people are telling you a bunch of lies all on TikTok. All these people are making up all these things. We're living in the dome. We're living in the sky.
Right.
The water's in the sky. It's not in the ocean. All this crap that they're manipulating your mind with 24/7, distracting you with, and not telling you about the Abrahamic covenant, which is your vision, which is your survival. Sisters and brothers, your survival. And you have to understand who you are in order to return home.
Right. So that's it.
So start now, sisters and brothers. Start uploading your nature.
Right.
It's a free gift. Invest in yourself.
Right. Stop pushing massive vision. It's 100% against you.
100%. And it's only doing nothing but destroying and killing you.
Tell them to destroy you.
It may feel good at the moment.
Right. But
what's to come is not good, sisters and brothers. You don't realize, you might not, you had to put yourself in the mindset of, well, just imagine not having any food for your children. Imagine not, having the regular things that you're used to on the daily, period, in your life. Imagine seeing bloodshed. Imagine these things.
Right.
Imagine having no heat. Imagine having no cool air. Imagine these things. You're not having all these things. You're not going to be in the same mindset that you're in today. So we have to put ourselves there. So we prepare for that.
Right.
Because you can't prepare for something that you ain't been in. So you have to do that job yourself and put yourself there. Put yourself there in the mindset and just think about reality for a second. And think about what will take place when you're there. Because that is what's about to come here. And you might be happy today, but when this event takes place, nobody, it's a million hearts will fail from fear from what's to come. Meaning, it hasn't came yet, so you've seen these things taking place already.
Right.
So you're going to be feeling from fear from just seeing what's about to come here to America.
Right. So that's intense.
Sisters and brothers, so that's why it's so important to start to upload who you are in your nature, because this is what's going to bring you out of that. This is what's going to bring you salvation. This is what's going to bring you home. This is what's going to be your protection, sisters and brothers. Because a very scary time is coming. A time that, like no other. This nation This wicked nation is about to be in full action.
Right.
This wicked nation is about to be in full action. Ain't no more God, ain't no more Jesus, ain't no more cross. They're about to be in full nature.
Mm-hmm.
Full action.
Right.
And they're about to be destroying you, sisters and brothers, physically. It's about to be war here. They're about to be eating you. There's gonna be not gonna be any food here.
Mm-hmm.
None of their necessities. They're about to be.
Right.
They're about to turn to their nature. That's easy for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, you put yourself there, sisters and brothers, because you can't. You can't. Like I said, we never experienced these things, so you can't just say it's easier to have experienced something to prepare for it. So you really can't prepare for something that you never experienced. But you can put yourself there.
Right. But if you know it's going to be cold, you can at least grab a coat.
You know it's going to be cold. You know what that feels like.
So you can still prepare. You might not be ready for the event, you see, but at least you're properly prepared to go into the event. You get what I'm saying? You know?
And this is a mind war. So to properly prepare for this war, you have to prepare your mind.
Right.
And also your hearts.
Right.
Like I said, many hearts will fail.
Right.
If that's what the war we're in, that's what you need to prepare for, not stock up on food.
Right. You can be a target.
Come on, that's what Farrakhan's telling you to
do.
We're telling you prepare your mind.
Right.
Prepare your nature, prepare your heart, prepare your body, prepare because you're about to see some things that you've never seen ever.
Right. Movie stuff.
You're about to experience things that you never ever thought in your life you ever experienced. That your family won't be coming along with you.
Mm-hmm.
Your sister, your brother that you love so dearly will not be alongside you.
Right.
So that is what you have to prepare. Your mind, your heart, sisters and brothers.
Right.
Because this is unprecedented time that you're about to come into. Meaning it's never happened before and you cannot prepare. It's never happened before, sisters and brothers. That means, and no, you can't call the police.
Right.
You can't do any of that because they're also in danger.
Mm-hmm.
Unprecedented.
Right.
They're also in the same situation you're in.
Exactly.
So there's no running here. No escape from this. So your only escape is your vision, sisters and brothers. The Abrahamic covenant.
Exactly.
So it's important to start asking questions. Get to know who you are. That is your survival. Who you are, your nature, your mind, getting that mind back. Because if you don't have that, you won't succeed during this time. You won't succeed during this time. And you will fail and be destroyed, right along with our enemies.
Which is what they would love.
And we don't want that to take place to you.
Right.
We don't want that to take place to our sisters and brothers, which is why we're on the battlefield 24/7, making sure you all know and keeping this light out.
Right.
Because they're not giving you this light anywhere else.
Exactly.
So, did you have anything else to add on
that? I think you covered it.
All right. Sisters and brothers, with that, do not forget that false Israel is Satan. They said they are lying.
Mm-hmm.
They are lying. They are Satan, sisters and brothers.
Right.
And anyone that is pushing the American dream, or in fact pushing Satan's dream.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what you're doing. So think of it in that way. When you're think about when every day you wake up, you're pushing the dream. You're pushing Satan's dream.
Mm-hmm.
You're pushing the dream to destroy yourself.
Right.
Wow. You're pushing a dream to destroy yourself.
Right. It was a nightmare.
It's not even a dream that's showing anyone else, because they're showing you.
Right.
But you're destroying yourselves pushing this dream.
Right.
So you're killing yourselves.
Right. Because you don't want to control your own actions.
Exactly.
Once you realize that, you can separate yourself from them and do better. You know better, you do better.
Yes. So with that, we'll be back with more. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.